live.
Well, you didn't tell me what the fucking subject was, so you ain't knowing what my sexy is.
That's
How about that?
No, I got it right here.
We're doing it live.
Oh, you don't know what the subject is?
No, what is it?
You said you weren't listening.
I wasn't here. Hard.
All right, no, this will be even better.
Yes,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, doing it live.
We're doing it fucking live. With an ashtray topic, no doubt.
Yep. Ashtray. All right, this week in the Red Report, we're talking about a common pain in the ass. Pain in the ass that everyone has, but only about 50% of the population has to pay for. No, we're not talking about taxes. We're talking about hemorrhoids. We're jumping the shark with another shark.
Yeah,
he was shark skis.
He paused to wait for your reaction too. That's the funny thing about it. And you didn't come in fast enough. You could see the disappointment in his eyes.
Yeah,
and that was awesome. That's my favorite part of the show because he wanted you to be like, God damn it, fucking hemorrhoids, and you didn't do it quick enough. And the hurt in his eyes. Oh,
I'm gonna leave.
Priceless.
All right, first we have Mystic, who through the marvels of modern science no longer worries about butt trouble like hemorrhoids. When installing his Robocop foot, they upgraded the surgery to add a shop-vac colon. He even sprung for the 100-foot extension cord.
Wow, super funny.
And then we have Oracle. Oracle is the next
awesome
butt berry
show.
on the red-eyed tree. This week, he had no butt trouble, but instead he got sick on a plane and thought he was going to die. All because he was scuba diving just a day before he flew up to 30,000 feet in elevation. He would have died of the bends, but he was saved by Spirit Airlines seats, which only recline 5 degrees.
Fucking Spirit Airlines isn't saving shit.
Did you guys hear about that bat
No.
that got loose on a Spirit Airlines flight?
Really?
Yeah, they found a live bat like halfway through the flight. They couldn't
A
really do
blind
anything
bat
about
was
it.
just hanging out.
A live bat.
That's funny.
They're all blind. Ashtray.
All right. Next, we have Teddy. And, buddy, as a fellow butt lover, I advise you to cover your eyes and plug your ears in this episode. And I'm Ashtray, the host who asked aloud, how can we talk about something even more absurd than plumbing? And then the inspiration came to me. Hemorrhoids, inspired by a true story. Inspired by a true story, because this weekend I got my first hemorrhoid, and I'm sharing pictures with the Red Eye Report.
Oh,
Are you?
man.
No,
Are you really
no,
sharing
fuck no.
pictures?
No, fuck no.
No, I couldn't share it. Seriously, I couldn't share pictures without burning your eyes out and leaving everything.
Hemorrhoid.
Yeah, because it is like a hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid.
Yeah, I on Sunday got that like itchy feeling like, oh, Craig, you didn't wipe right. You know, it's like, oh, wiping again, wiping. You're like, nope, no poop on the toilet paper. Like, why my butt hurt? And then the next morning in the shower, I'm like, oh, god damn, it still hurts. And so you did a thing, the only way to see where the sun don't shine. You know, put a mirror on like the toilet seat and try to bend over and figure out what's going on. And oh my god. Yep. I got a hemorrhoid.
This is
So I then learned about hemorrhoids. So what is a hemorrhoid? What I found out, I didn't know, but we all have hemorrhoids.
Do we?
Yeah, we all have hemorrhoids, but as long as you eat fiber and take care of your shit, it's not a problem.
Well, the thing is, what the hemorrhoids are, they're also known as piles. They're vascular structures around your sphincter. There's internal ones up around your top of your O-ring, and then there's external ones at the bottom of your O-ring. And they're actually used like
O-ring.
Yeah,
they're what plugs your butt. Basically, that's what keeps your butt, like when you got diarrhea and you're like, oh, Nelly, clenching down, like that's what keeps you watertight is your hemorrhoids, because they're like this cushiony venous material. And so we don't think about them. They're also, the external ones are basically like, they're what gives the starfish look. Like, so that is the issue, the external.
This is not a starfish. What is this in the screen?
Oh my god!
Is this from the Wikipedia?
Yes.
Oh my god!
That looks
I
fucking
can't see it.
painful.
What
So,
is
yeah, we only
that?
talked about.
I can't see it yet. Is it in the
It's
stream?
not on this. Oh,
That looks
I'm
like
shit.
an uncooked raspberry tart.
Oh my
I'm missing the.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Dude, I can't look at that. That's so gross.
So yeah, basically what it is the it's that venous tissue. It's the same thing as a varicose vein.
Okay.
And there's two different types. We've got, well, here's some statistics on the so
Dude,
50 to 60% of people will have hemorrhoid issues at some point in their life. Happens to males and females equally. Usually ages 45 to 65. This just goes to show the Ashtray is going to die young. He's already getting his hemorrhoids off the bucket list.
He also has a beer that's a diet that only consists of beer and alcohol.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not like
common. They're more common among the wealthy, so I'm glad I got that going for me.
What do you mean they're more
common
Common among the wealthy.
Apparently,
what is-
statistically.
is that because they're more tight asses? I don't get it. Why are they?
Or they think it's like I think too when they say wealthy, they also are people who aren't working out in laborious jobs.
Is
but as-
Ashley's
What's
voice
that?
off from what he's speaking? Can you guys see that?
If you're
Yeah.
watching the feed on the Facebook,
I'm not
yeah.
watching the feed. I'm watching my
Mhm.
television.
Am I running?
Whatever.
It's a little
Well,
off.
Yeah, you good.
No,
It doesn't matter.
So,
Anyway,
It doesn't matter. He's a little off. It matches.
and also, I
is
didn't
it
know
because
this.
wealthy
but
people? Hold on. Isn't it because you sit longer? The more
Yeah.
you sit,
the more you
the more
sit,
hemorrhoids you'll
also, well, yeah,
Okay.
the more you
Oh, really?
sit, the more that
Yeah.
like you're putting pressure, and also because those blood vessels are down, like it's a lot. It takes a lot of effort for the blood to get back up to the heart
Mm-hmm.
from gravity, and so the older you get, especially the more overweight you get, the more likely. What ends up happening a lot is that like a clot starts to inflame it, like the blood isn't being able to fully pump out, and you'll have two types. You have internal, which are usually painless, and you don't really even know you have them. You don't see them because they're on they're on the upper side, the inside of the O-ring. But how you find out you have those is when you wipe, you'll all of a sudden find bright red blood on your toilet paper.
Okay. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I just thought that was a
This is-
miscarriage.
But yeah, that's also it's why pregnant women have that a lot, because they got a whole extra baby and 40 pounds of weight, and everything's pushing down, and so the external ones are the ones that I
You think
have.
That's gross. Hey, you ever had to apply hemorrhoid cream?
Yeah, today I did.
Gross.
Today
I mean,
I
it's somebody else, man. That's what's gross.
Oh yeah, to apply it on someone else, that would be. Think how many doctors have to get back there and.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's all right.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's your basic hemorrhoid.
Yeah, first
there.
time I
Have you
saw
guys
it, my
ever-
wife was-
Have you guys ever had a prostate exam?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if I have.
Oh, it's
You would know if you had a problem.
Yeah.
would know.
Yeah. This is
You
not
would
something
definitely.
that you.
Yeah.
This is not something.
Yeah, I
you're
don't
like,
think I have
"Ah,
then."
Did I really? Was it the summer of '78 when I was with the boys? I remember. You would remember this shit, okay? You would remember having a prostate
yeah.
exam.
You remember him sticking a couple fingers up your asshole.
Yeah. I
it is
just had this
not-
Lot of
like
pressure,
old
lot of
Asian
pressure.
man. He's just like,
Pressure.
just
Lot of pressure.
relax, just relax. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
you
"Ah."
can't relax. My body says no.
Relax.
All of
Fuck
this.
you.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then afterwards, they just slam some fucking Kleenex down with some wipe yourself up.
Yeah, they just dry up. Yeah, they just like wipe the lube off your own butt.
Yeah.
Basically, you got state sanctioned, assault
Yeah. Fucking.
for a little starfish.
It's-
If I didn't
clean
have to buy
yourself
me
up,
dinner
boy.
first or anything.
So yeah, I think I blame mine on because haven't had any big epic poops lately, but I did.
Should blame
I
it on
blistered up
yourself.
No, I'm blaming it on the lawnmower that I was fucking dealing with all day. It's the only
That's
exertion,
why-
like
that's
real
why you have to-
exertion.
You talking about hemorrhoids? That's why you have the hemorrhoids?
I'm blaming it on the lawnmower.
Was it
It's
a
just the
riding
easiest way.
lawnmower?
But, hey, dude, this is a
No,
built-up
it's
type of
full
shit.
lawnmower.
It just doesn't.
Wait
Yeah,
a
they don't
just
just
second.
happen
pop
overnight.
out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't just pop out because you fucking strain too hard with taking shit.
Yeah,
this is some built-up. I mean,
No,
you gotta.
dumbass. That is one of the things that causes hemorrhoids. Yes, that's one of the causes is that they just pop out when you strain too hard in your abdominal cavity.
Yeah,
Not
but that's
just
not what
like,
happened
oh,
to
you're
you.
lacking fiber.
Right, but that's not what happened to you. This is a built-up. I'm saying this is a built-up shit.
Hey,
You know, the
Of
lawnmower.
course. I'm glad you've been
He's got the
inspecting my
old soul. He's got the
Well, I'm
old
just
soul fucking.
You know
remedies.
me. I got that old man. Like I'm 25 years older than I really am.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but you do cocaine like a 17-year-old.
what's that?
But you do cocaine like a 17-year-old.
Because I'm old and I know my heart doesn't have that seven.
I have no
Anyways,
idea
fuck
what
you.
you're saying. Just
I
keep
don't,
going.
yeah, I don't know. What cocaine is. So what they do is, usually what happens is they go away within 7-10 days. They say. I hope.
So this is day 2?
No, this is day. So it was like Sunday nights. It was when I was itchy, and it was like Monday when I'm like, that looks like a goddamn hemorrhoid. So since Monday, when I started like putting, got the preparation H, and I got the Tux White 7, and I even like I went back and got the preparation H, which is lidocaine, because I'm like, it's super expensive. It's like $25 a tube. But you could tell lidocaine, that helps.
Numbs it, so it just numbs your.
Well, it just helps numbing it. Basically, what you have to do is, because think of it like a varicose vein that's thrombose is what they call it when it flares up like that. It's stretching the skin out, and that skin around your butthole is very sensitive. So you keep it coated with stuff like petroleum jelly, and then you use astringents that help try to reduce the swelling of the veins. And then the lidocaine actually just helps numb the pain that's already there, because
that would drive me nuts.
Oh yes,
Do you have a total wet ass all the time? Because I can't stand moist asshole. That's like one of the.
I agree with Mystic. It is like a horrible. Like I just want to. I just want to wipe the sweat off my ass crack.
Yeah,
please.
that's
Just
what
let
I
me
mean.
stop for a second and wipe my ass crack. That shit is annoying. So I get you there.
I would take back that cyst I had that was by my butt, because it wasn't on my butt. It was in the region, but it was, like, you're right. Like I didn't have to have a.
Dude, are you sitting on one of those red donuts?
I tried to find one. Went to Walgreens, didn't have it.
What?
Went to
Fucking
Walmart.
Walgreens doesn't even have
Super
one?
Walmart. Didn't have one there either. It's
That's
just like
fucked up.
50% of the population. They say on average 14 to 20% of the 14 to 20% of the population is dealing with them at present time.
Wow.
Because you ate no broccoli in a while.
Or it's just like I was reading this this one link about after the pregnant women, which is actually pretty funny. One of these female writers basically talking about how hemorrhoids during pregnancy are the thing that like no one tells you about till you get one, and they're like, oh yeah, that happens. And she's like, since I've had them, now they always say it's like you never know when it's just gonna like all of a sudden happen again, and all of a sudden
You're scaring me.
I know, right? Well, she writes this. She's like, this. Every single time you get one, you go through this checklist. 1, did I just get my period? 2, out of my ass? 3, no. 4, it's not my period. 5, it's definitely coming from my anus. 6, oh my God, I'm bleeding out of my asshole. 7, this could mean there's only one possible explanation. 8, 9, it has to be 10, butthole cancer. And so like multiple times she thinks like, I've got butthole cancer. And then, so they're like, nope, it's just your hemorrhoids again. And it's just going to keep coming that way. And she's just like, I just got to live with it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Getting old sucks.
So how often is this going to flare up on me? At least.
I don't know. Never had one.
What I'm reading, they say like these external ones, if you don't treat them, they'll start to scab and like bleed. Jesus. And then you get skin tags in those areas because it's like, the flesh was damaged. And they form out of the scar tissue. So luckily, Ashtay's got no bleeding anus.
Well,
it's just very irritable and bulging. and I'm
Not-
trying to keep it that way.
Not
At
until
least-
Bob gets there.
Well, at least ask Bob to bring you some fucking green vegetables, some green
Yeah.
beans or something.
Oh, shit.
So if all
when's the
those
last time
don't
you
work-
ate a green vegetable?
They have what they call rubber. Let's see here. God, my contacts are getting all blurry. It is let's see here, rubber band ligation. Basically, they go up and they slip a little band around it, just like they used to have the calves on the farm.
Oh, just cut the circulation off till it
Yeah.
dies.
And then it
And
just
then
falls
falls
off.
off. That has about a
But then you
That
sit
has
with, like,
a
little tiny
fairly
straight
high success
ponytail in your
rate.
ass.
But it doesn't mean, because it's this whole region, there's like 3 different masses, top and bottom, of the sphincter that can get irritable. If it gets the real worst will be if they have to actually go in. If cauterization even fails, that's the last resort for
Say
Oracle's face are
cauterization?
great. Oracle's face is just like, dude. I think we should take a vote on whether to let people pick their own topics from now on.
So
It's like sitting in a waiting
Yeah.
room of the fucking VA
Right.
hospital and having to listen to this fucking Vietnam vet tell me about
tell
his
you about his
goiter.
hemorrhoids and how he never knew he'd have to deal with it. God damn.
Holy
So the
shit.
worst case is surgery, which sounds terrible because
Yes.
a lot of times you will have, and that's only like if you can't get your hemorrhoids to stop bothering you and getting complicated. That's the last case is surgery because it's so close to the nerve center that controls your bladder. Oh, all of a sudden you're incontinent.
Oh my god.
And now you just can't hold your pee in anymore because you had surgery down there.
So you had to wear diapers because of hemorrhoids.
Yep. Because your hemorrhoid
Wow.
surgery.
Man.
Also,
Headed down a scary path.
there's a chance too you could also have fecal incontinence because remember these pads are what keep the liquid in when you've got fucking diarrhea because you ate Taco Bell late and you're hungover.
Jesus Christ.
So you'll get actual anal leak.
You're like a walking WebMD page.
Right?
Well, you won't have to till it happens to you.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh goddamn, what the hell is all this? So here's some interesting.
What happened?
It'll end it here with some history. The first mention of hemorrhoids goes back to 17,000 BC.
17,000?
So this isn't just like, oh, it's my modern beer
From what, a
drinking
triceratops?
processed food. No, Egyptian papyrus has an ointment recipe for
Really?
hemorrhoid.
Damn, dude. 17,000? Are you sure that's not
It's just
1,700?
Or wait, let's see here. It was
That's like
no.
before fucking
17 that's like before
civilization.
recorded time.
You're right,
That's like
right.
Sumerian days or some shit.
That's
1700. And my contacts are
it's like, yeah, they didn't record anything else except this
Right?
ointment.
this hemorrhoid.
Lord Azrael.
Oh my
No.
god.
Then for 60 BC, the Hippocratic corpus, Hippocrates, and then his Hippocratic oath, he had a whole treatment which was similar to the rubber band ligation treatment we use today, where the hemorrhoids. He said, in a manner you may treat by transfixing them with a needle and tying them with very thick and woolen thread for application, and do not foment until they drop off. As always, leave one behind, and when the patient recovers, let him be put on a course of hellebore, which was an herb. Like, they literally would tie him off back then, before Jesus was even around. Why didn't Jesus fix this problem?
Thank
And-
you, Jesus.
Yeah. So then there's some famous cases they even had note of. Hall of Fame baseball player George Brett was removed from a game in the 1980 World Series due to hemorrhoidal pain.
Damn. World
After
Series,
undergoing-
huh?
I do remember somebody saying that years ago. And I didn't believe
Like
him.
a weird
That's
fact.
fucked
I bet
up.
he never fucking
Yeah.
lived that one down.
Yeah.
They were like, hemorrhoids took this picture out, and the fuck. I was like, shut the fuck up. No, he didn't.
After undergoing minor surgery, Brett returned to play the next game, quipping, "My problems are behind me now." He then went further surgery, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is actually funny story. Conservative political commentator Glenn Beck underwent surgery for hemorrhoids, but subsequently describing his unpleasant experience in a YouTube video, which he has this... there's this ABC article where he was like, "I had the best doctors," and then it's like, "I wasn't reacting well to the cocktail, and I came back in to the emergency room, and I was full-fledged suicidal. And if they just would have come in that room, if they would have gave me a handgun, I would have ended it all right there." And it's like he's having this complete total mental breakdown, basically because he's in hemorrhoid pain, and he went to the hospital and he felt he said, "We got to the ER. There was such a lack of compassion. I've never seen anything like it. Tanya carried his husband and held him up as they waited. Beck said 2 nurses briefly came out and spoke to the couple, then exchanged. Triage nurse greeted the two. Beck said, "He never made eye contact with me. Finally, another nurse noticed Tanya carrying her spouse and rushed over and asked them whether they needed help. I started to cry, not because I needed help, but because somebody with compassion finally from my wife."
Oh my
Beck
God.
said, "Yes." And so he's basically going through this whole, like, there's nobody for the compassion for me with my hemorrhoid pain. And my wife is holding me up. I'm so in pain.
What a fucking bitch.
I know, right? Also, U.S. President Jimmy Carter had to have hemorrhoid surgery in 1984.
Is he still alive?
He damn well is.
Yeah.
Still making
Jesus
houses and shit.
Christ.
You bastard.
Yeah.
I bet you.
Yeah.
He
That man
knows
is going to give
what
Jesus a run for his money.
Probably got that secret government surgery. Scoozy.
Yeah, it's called alien infestation.
And then some cricket players who we don't give a shit about had hemorrhoids.
Cricket players. Nice. All right.
All right, we're gonna move on now. Thanks for letting me jump the shark and make a more infamous episode than plumbing. We're gonna move to Teddy's What's Sexy. Steph gets fooled.
So Steph Curry, I was playing basketball with these little kids. A 7-foot high schooler crossed up Steph Curry, made him look foolish with a cool little behind the back. I'm not a fan of Steph Curry, and I'm not a fan. I don't have a valid reason. It's just that I've been drinking Haterade, and I'm just tired of seeing the motherfucker win. So it's not. So this was a. I mean, it's not a valid reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy, but. You know, yeah, I just thought it was funny to see him fucking just get fucking. I put the video up there from Yahoo Sports.
Yeah, I played it. I mean, okay, good move by the kid, but it's just like one move.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Good move by the kid, but does he have 3 rings?
Oh.
Yeah, but just think of the high this kid's on. I mean, just think of the high this kid's on.
Curry's also 30 years old. This kid's fucking 16.
Yeah, I'm look. It was 1 point the kid scored on him. I mean, I'm pretty sure Steph Curry came down, dunked on the kid, and put his balls on his face.
Probably didn't dunk on him, just fucking shot that shit from the outside all day long. The kid didn't know what the fuck to do.
And so I just thought it was a happy little moment for the kid, and it's fun to see him get scored.
That is a happy little moment.
Yeah.
Wait till he's in the NBA. Bitch gets fucking taken down. Gets put on the ground and you don't come home, crybaby.
That'll teach him.
Okay.
All right, moving
Great
along.
Santini reference. Nobody got it.
Nope.
Fuck all you all.
Yeah, we've been fucked. Moving on to Mystic football season.
We've been fucked. So anyway, football's back, baby. First preseason games were tonight.
Oh yeah.
Gangsta. Not that I care about preseason, but that
my
means
dad
that
was at the Packers game tonight.
I don't care about preseason games, but it's 4 weeks now until start of the regular season. So that's
summer's ending.
You know what I was thinking? Football out of any sport is like a spectacle. It's a once a week, not once a week, but they have one game a week. It's multiple days, but
yeah. Okay.
No, I'm saying each team has one game a week.
Yeah,
What do you mean it's a spectacle versus?
It's more of a spectacle than anything else.
Like a Roman game.
You go there, you fucking tailgate for 6 hours before it. You hang out, you get drunk, you have fun. Like if you go to a baseball game, it's most likely on a Tuesday.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
done some serious. Maybe it's just weekends, but like I've done some tailgating at the only baseball games I've ever been to.
Sure, you can in the bigger ones during the weekend, but I'm saying there's one every day almost. So it doesn't. Right. You know what I mean? If you go to a football game, that's 1 out of 16 regular season games. It's just more. It feels more like you're doing something. You know what I mean?
And every team's once a week, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have a bye week.
So. And basketball's the same thing. It's 82 games. It's just kind of like it's a grind.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm sure playoffs are completely different in every sport, but
right.
Like football, it's just a spectacle. It's the fucking showmanship, man. Cheerleaders out there fucking getting y'all worked up for the Raiders. The Raiders. Anyway, go ahead. Up next.
My What's Sexy is someone finally did an actual empirical study on the dick pics phenomenon. Because it's like been prevalent long enough that like I can't believe a sociologist or whatever field that would fall under like hasn't been tried to figure out like why do people send dick pics and why is it still continue? And apparently the average was something like, I didn't even get to read the whole article because I picked it right on the fly, but it was like 48% of nearly 48% of men who were surveyed admitted to have sending an unsolicited dick pic. Majority of dick pic senders were white, married, or in a serious relationship.
Wow.
Had some college/university education, and the average age of the sender was 31. Wow, that's older than I thought. The average age of the non-sender was 33, however, so it doesn't appear as if age is a factor.
Teddy, your camera's fucked up.
Is it?
So they basically, in a nutshell, they say men who reported having sent unsolicited dick pics showed higher levels of narcissism relative to men who had never sent such images. They also demonstrated higher levels of hostile, overtly negative views of women and benevolent.
I'm going to call and come back. Right back.
Oh, sexism. Basically, it sounds like
they're assholes.
They're in the incel spectrum, or just assholes. Yeah. And it may I just think it's about damn time because obviously the dick pic has been in the nomenclature for what, 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Since we've been able to send pictures over our text messages. Remember Brett Favre?
Oh, well, nobody forgets.
Want to see my penis?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like those kind of story. Like it's a common thing. We should all know by now that it's the dumbest thing ever. But no, apparently 48% of men still think it'll do something.
What if the first text message ever recorded was a dick pic? Like they're sitting down at Samsung headquarters or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, all right, yes. 1985. Okay, the transmission is working successfully. We spent billions of dollars.
You can hear him giggling. Yeah, open it up.
Right?
Open it up.
Yeah.
Two nerds in the basement are like, yeah, open it.
Right. They're calling someone in another state, after they sent it over the phone.
There's a pretty good chance.
What's the picture of? What's the picture of? God damn it, Gary.
Describe what you see. Describe what you see. Ooh, it's so veiny.
Minute shaft and balls.
All right, moving on. Oracle, new motherfucking host.
Boom. New host. I got fed up with my old web host. It was fucking slow as fuck. And I was just cobbling shit together so the website could operate on any functionality. And now we have a new host, and things are moving a lot faster for the redeyereport.com. So we've got 241 episodes in our archive. So you can check those out.
241. That's right.
Anytime.
Haven't paid us a cent. No.
Yeah, that's about all I've got. It was pretty easy to migrate shit over, and yeah,
it's super
what are you guys
fast.
talking about? I'm gonna check every week.
Yeah, you and Oracle.
Yeah, right.
You and Oracle, dude. Yeah, him and Oracle, dude. How you think you got that goddamn green screen, bro? You got the green screen. You ain't even putting two and two together.
I just spent
Here
mine
I've
on
been
cocaine.
making murals.
A lot of cocaine.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put two and two together, bro. Thought you was quicker than that, ashtray.
That's what I'll blame the.
Oh,
You guys can't
on.
see it, but I'm wearing
Cocaine.
gold chains.
That's what gave me the hemorrhoid.
Gold chains.
All right.
No, you
Moving
not. You
on
spent your
now.
money on insulin.
You got
Moving
to
on now to But What You Think time. First off, we've got Mystic with Tool.
All right, so they're by far my favorite band ever. Tool.
Forever.
But that new song that they came out with. Okay, so every Tool album has a different production, like quality to it. I don't know if they have different producers.
Sometimes also different
just,
group of musicians too, right?
No, they're all the same. Well, they've had same members. First two albums were a different bass player, but other than that, it's the same.
I'm thinking
guys.
more like Nails.
But in this new one, it sounds good. It sounds more analog. It sounds more organic. But it also sounds like the last two albums, and that bothers me because Tool has evolved so much, and to bring out new music for the first time in 13 years and to just have it sound the same
it doesn't sound like it,
especially when their side projects are so unique.
That's true. It's not like they're stuck in that range. True.
Yeah, they have so many different side projects that sound. I mean, Perfect Circle sounds nothing like Tool, or fucking what's that other band that he fucking has that was really popular? I forgot. Or fucking Pygmy Love Circus, Danny Carey's other band. They're like punk, you know what I mean? And to have Tool just be the same formulaic. Oh, we're gonna play 5/8 timing. Metal musicians don't play 5/8 timing. Well, yeah, you do.
We'll do it.
You've done it for the past 20 years. You know, you do it well. Sounds good. Just doesn't sound like new music, and that frustrates me.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Also, though, it is cool that the first single they came out with is a 10-minute fucking song.
Yeah.
It's such a Tool thing to do.
Yeah. Word. Moving to Oracle. Shitty sound.
Shitty sound. Speaking of shit ass sound, went out to Worcester, Mass this past I don't know, Friday or Saturday, I think it was, and saw the Claypool Lennon Delirium live, and they were phenomenal. They were outstanding, but the sound was fucking shit. Like, I'm standing there and I'm like, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, okay, am I just being picky about this because I listen to these guys a lot, so I have expectations of studio quality. But for one, like, they have a lot of keyboard stuff in there, the keyboard was barely turned on where you could, turned up to the point where you could hear it. And Les Claypool's fucking mic wasn't up nearly loud enough. And like 4 songs in, all of a sudden the sound kicks in. Like somebody was like, "Hey, dude, fucking fix this shit." The sound guy.
Like and the original sound guy was taking a shit.
Right.
He came out and he's like, "What are you
doing?"
And
then it sounded incredible for like 4 songs. And then I don't know what happened, and it just turned into mush. Like you couldn't fucking hear anything. Damn. And I'm looking around at the people in the crowd, and I mean, those guys, they put on just a great show, and Sean Lennon and Les Claypool, they just have like this really kind of cool stage presence with their personalities. And like the crowd is just kind of standing there motionless, and those guys
had no energy.
Well, they had no energy, and also they couldn't hear what the fuck was going on. And if you don't know the songs, really well, it's just fucking white noise to you.
Were they headlining, or was it they are openers?
No, they weren't openers. So they were like, they played like a full set, and then the Flaming Lips were coming on after them playing a full set as well. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of almost like a co-headlining kind of situation. Right. There was an opener. And yeah, it was a great show. But the sound fucking blows.
That sucks, dude, because I've seen bands where fucking the opener like came out and like they like I liked them and I'm like, man, these guys sound like shit. Mm-hmm. And then the headliner comes out on the same equipment, same sound, the same speakers, and sounds just amazing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they fucking do that shit on purpose just to fucking.
Yeah, I don't know.
And how many bands wouldn't know? Well, or if it's just yeah, whether it was negligence or I do definitely believe that they they keep their levels at like 50% and then they push them up to 75 once the main act comes on. Right. It's like, whoa! Yeah. But you're right though. I mean, there's a possibility. Maybe it was more negligence. So
I think it was negligence. The fact that I could definitely point out when the guy unfucked himself, because you could hear halfway through the song. All of a sudden, you could hear the keyboard. All of a sudden, you could hear the vocals.
Then was it corrected towards the end?
It was corrected towards the middle for like, I don't know, 3-4 songs, and then it got shitty again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were like. Yeah.
You probably were nowhere near. I would get the eagle eyes, be like, "Where's the booth? Where's that fucker?
Oh,
who's
Jesus.
fucking my show?"
You know how many people probably do that shit to those guys?
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sure there's plenty. And also because there's so many of those dudes that go to concerts who, like roadies and shit, and just lugging gear and plugging shit in, and stringing it together, but they're not the guy who gets to sit behind the board.
I've got Fruity Loops. You're doing it wrong.
It kind of seemed, honestly, at that venue though, it kind of seemed like the whole thing was a bit of a shit show with the venue. I mean, they fucking made us wait for 2 hours before the bands went on. Now, granted,
who knows? Maybe they didn't allow the sound guys to even run the boards in that venue or something.
It just kind of seemed like shit was a little fucked up. So I don't think I'll be going back there. But I was glad to see Claypool, Lennon, Delirium.
That's cool.
They're phenomenal. Okay.
Les rip it up. Was he tearing it all up?
Fucking amazing. Sean Lennon's really good too. Good guitar player.
I'd give a testicle to get one of Les Claypool's basses. Those fucking things are so amazing.
Yeah, and it's cool too because he'll switch. Like he'll have an attendant give him basses throughout the song. Like he'll switch basses like during the song.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool as fuck.
All right, that's my
nerd. Word. Moving on to Ashtray. Oh, foggy-eyed Ashtray.
Putting acid in his fucking eyeballs.
Yeah, gotta get ready.
My fucking you think is, where the hell are all the fucking donut butt cushions? I jerry-rigged one using actually some boxes of Red Eye Report cards, business cards.
Fucking funny.
You gotta show them in the short boxes.
I want
to
see
on the
it.
seat, right? And then you put a pillow on top of that, and you can kind of like sit on the boxes with your thighs and kind of let your butt hang off the end, which works. But those jagged edges start to dig into your thighs, and like you're getting more pain just from the dumb seat you've made to take pressure off of your tailbone.
You made a butt donut out of Red Eye Report cards?
Well, just the boxes. Use them like bricks, you know. And yeah, no, that shit ain't working. And so I thought for sure, Walgreens has everything when it comes to old people problems. It's expensive as hell, but you'll find it at Walgreens. Going to Walgreens on my lunch break, couldn't find it. I found a plethora of.
Dude, I don't think you looked hard enough. You can get a walker at Walgreens.
Right? It was in a whole nother section or aisle. But I was on my lunch break and short of time. So
were you too ashamed to ask somebody, or?
Yeah, I also didn't want to ask anyone. I'll be honest. I didn't want to say, "Hey, where are your hemorrhoid cushions?"
Yeah, you need it for your ass, man. Fuck that. You pay, but get a pillow.
You check your dignity at the door when you go into Walgreens, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
that should be their slogan.
That's a good point. You know what? I even stooped my dignity lower the next day. Went to at the end of my lunch breaks. Went into the Super Walmart. Super Walmart's got to have it. All kinds of crazy, dilapidated motherfuckers going to Walmart. And so I'm looking around trying within like 5 minutes to look at the pharmacy, and like I look all near the hemorrhoids creams and the wipes and suppositories, nothing. And then I ran over to the thing where you put the blood pressure belts on and the socks that compress your legs and the boots for people like Mystic, like nothing. No.
Did you just go into the pillow aisle?
No, I didn't have time to run to the pillow aisle. So I just left.
You had time to go to 4 stores, but you didn't have time to go to
4 stores. No.
Ask somebody.
Two separate days. One day I went to Walgreens, and the other day I swung into the Walmart, thinking the Super Walmart would have all of the old people things. But
I'm gonna Amazon.
And they probably do have it somewhere, but it wasn't where I needed it to be, which is right by the Preparation H. God damn it,
dude! You give me your address. I'm gonna Amazon Prime you a hemorrhoid pillow right now.
Totally, I would take it from you because then it won't come up on my. I don't want to be bombarded with my fucking ad campaign of like other buyers bought this, and then here's your advertisements for Preparation H. It's like Jesus Christ. As soon as you search one dumb thing,
dude, it can be there. It can be there Saturday.
On the internet now. It's all they advertise to you.
You gotta
another price to get home. Think of what our poor that's how they bait our grandparents, is because they're just like, well, yes, look at all the problems I've been looking for. The solutions are coming to me right over here on the side of the webpage. Right. Click. Credit card? Well, yes, let me get out of my chair. It's hard to with my hemorrhoids.
Oh my God.
Jesus. So, anyway, message me your fucking address.
$10, you could pick it up from Walmart. It's 2.4 miles away from me. In hell, $9.92. I could pick it up right now.
Oh, that'd be great.
So they bring that shit out for you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they'll bring it out to you.
Yeah, I think you can just pull up now. That's one of the big things.
Ashtray. Come on, man.
He's just being lazy. I don't feel sorry for him.
You gotta learn to use some technology here.
I know. I haven't done any of the pickup shopping before.
You could ask somebody, fucking, hey,
order that shit.
Hey, my grandma's got some problems. Where's the hemorrhoid pillows at? You know what I'm saying? Shit, get you a fucking pillow.
While you're walking all fucked up.
I mean, then waddle your ass out of Walgreens.
I feel like you've had much more
embarrassing
things than this.
I mean, really, right?
Walking like you've been riding a horse for fucking 4 days straight.
No one talks about hemorrhoids, and so I thought Ashtray.
Just been rustling cattle for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's a reason nobody talks about hemorrhoids, dude. Got them hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids.
All right.
I'm not taking my diabetes medication.
Diabetes.
Wiping
hemorrhoids. All right.
Moving on to
Next.
Teddy, the
What are we
video
doing?
game scapegoat.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, 2 mass shootings, very, very sad. The pussies in Congress have started.
Very sad.
They're extremely sad. There's these crazy motherfuckers shot up people. I think we need some kind of gun control. My main problem is these guys. They're not addressing the real problem. They're choosing scapegoats and they're coming after my baby, which is fucking video games. All right.
They do that all the time. Man.
My God.
So fucking
these.
Was there any link to it?
No, there's no link to it. No, it's just this is just something for them to fucking toss out to be like, hey, video games, blah 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 blah. I mean, I have murdered countless. I've murdered millions virtually. I mean, Oracle has to. All of us have here. I mean, we've murdered towns just for the fuck of it. I know Ashtray does it daily. Mm-hmm. I see video games more as a release of that kind of actions. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, and
dude,
it's
video games are based in large part in real life. Look at Call of Duty. They're saying Call of Duty causes people to bait. Dude, that's based on real weapons.
They're not all based on
warfare.
There's a lot of fucking video games that are not based on real life. But
no, but this
I know what you're saying as far as like
with guns is based on a real fucking concept.
Well,
it isn't
better
like
argument.
It isn't like the real world is any less violent than a fucking video game. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? If anything, the dude was in a porno grind band. Blame Cannibal Corpse.
Is that what they called it? Porno grind?
Yeah.
What is porno grind?
That's a genre. If somebody asked me at a wedding, porno. I need to hear some porno grind. Fuck, I would be at a loss.
There's a genre of music called porno grind?
Yes. And
I'm black. I don't know this shit.
Yes. Okay,
yes,
good.
Teddy.
This is our Teddy learns another.
I mean, really, Teddy, this is like the more you know type. I learn white people shit on this shit all the time. You got to explain to me what porno grind is. I don't grind. Know. What is porno?
It's grind metal with pornography.
All right, I got to bring it up.
lyrics.
Let me bring up some fucking porno grind.
I've never heard porno grind before. I did not know this shit existed. I'm learning white people shit right now. This is education.
It also could be called gore grind. Gore grind is more like what Cannibal Corpse is.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some sick weird ass video.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I don't look at that shit. It's fucking...
if Mystic don't watch it, I don't want to see it. Fuck it.
Dude, I listen to fucking heavy metal, and I can't stand that shit, man. That is fucked up. That's more.
I think it's the scapegoating of the fucking video games.
Yeah, I bought a Cannibal Corpse CD because the cover looked cool when I was a teenager. The fucking music sucked.
Yeah. I hate scapegoating.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right. Well, if that's it, in all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Sucker Flat, California. Name of a real town. That's our show.
Flat.
We're going to be here every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. or Thursday night, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. You can also not Twitter us because we don't give a fuck about Twitter anymore. But please like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever because I'm the Ashtray.
I'm Oracle.
It's a standoff. It's a standoff.
I'm Mystic.
And I'm Teddy, and I'm a Pokeball trader. Yay.
Yeah. This is the Red Eye Report.
Porno grind and Pokeballs.
Dude, I was gonna go last and shit. Mystic was like, Mystic surprised me.
That's a good song name. Porno grind Pokeball.
Porno grind and Pokeball. Mass fucking shoot.
I cannot believe you fucking decided to talk